Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Moving people to action, moving people to action, moving people to action, moving people to open up, get participation, moving people to start saying things that they didn't plan on saying, moving people, all right? That's what you got to do. As far as today's Move Swiftly thought, I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about a couple workshops that I did about a year and a half ago now, back when I was heavy into the PCA world. That's the Positive Coaching Alliance world, where I would be at literally different high schools every single day, hosting workshops for either the coaches or the players, depending on what the actual school signed up for. So PCA has a bunch of different workshops that schools can sign up for, and I was tasked with doing either parent workshops, coaching workshops, or actual player workshops, all right? And the reason I was able to have so much success doing these workshops is because of the fact that I continuously moved people to action, continuously got folks to participate that did not plan on participating. I'll give you a couple examples. The first one I want to talk to you guys today about was when I did a workshop for Carroll City. Them Carroll City Chiefs, boy. Them Carroll City Chiefs. You already know they got some men. There's a school out there way down in Fort Lauderdale area, actually closer to Miramar. So Miami Gardens, yeah, they're right there in Miami Gardens, and boy, they got some men. Go look them up, Carroll City football. You will see a slew of current and former NFL players coming out of that school. They got some grown-ass men. All right, so I remember doing that workshop, and so the workshops are primarily for every single sport, but this was a school that's primarily known for their football program. So it was the entire football team there, and we never actually followed up and did any other, we didn't do any other workshops for any of the other sports. So I remember hosting the workshops, and during the workshops, I have a strategy. I have a test that I do, because one of the principles of PCA is you have to give 5 compliments. The ratio is 5 compliments to 1 negative thing that you say about your teammates. So I did a little test and saw how easy it was for people to criticize their players when they don't do this, and criticize their teammates when they don't do this or they don't do a great job. And it was very easy for them. And then I did the experiment and asked them to say something positive, and there was nothing, they couldn't really say anything positive that came to mind real quick. And it was immediate. As soon as I did that experiment, the principal of the entire school. Now this guy is somebody that I actually heard about from other schools, a real good guy, like just a guy that's really into the program, because again, I did workshops from multiple places, and he was actually the only principal that actually sat in on the workshop, right? So as soon as I did the experiment, he just stopped me. He shook my hand, stopped me. He said, "I'm the principal," and gave me his name and all that. And then he gave his entire football program a lecture right there on the spot. Gave him a speech. When he did that experiment, y'all couldn't say anything positive about your team, and just went at it. And that's when I knew I had a future in this. That's when I knew, when you're giving speeches, when you're giving workshops, when you're going out and delivering a keynote, or delivering whatever it is you're going to deliver, make sure you're moving people to action. That was the first one. Next one I'm going to talk to you guys today about was about a guy who's really, really well known in this South Florida area. His name is Twan Russell. Twan Russell, at least last I checked, I'm not sure if he's still there now. I haven't reached out or haven't looked at it in a while. But when I did the workshop for St. Thomas Aquinas, and it's another powerhouse program. You already know that name, right? If you're in the high school or college football, you know that program very well. But Twan Russell is the athletic director for St. Thomas Aquinas, or at least he was when I did the workshop for that program, for the entire coaching staff. This is over 70 coaches there. And I remember doing the workshop. Now I had to approach it a little bit differently, because these were coaches. These weren't the players that I was putting through certain things. And I remember going off script a little bit. I remember going off script, talking to these coaches and asking them, do you guys use profanity? Do you guys cuss at the kids? Do you guys believe in that? Do you guys, I talk to them like grown adults. I wasn't talking to them like high school kids. And that's another lesson in public speaking, in regards to how you approach each and every workshop, or each and every keynote, right? Talk to them like adults, because you got to know your audience. But anyway, I asked them if they use profanity, and I remember Twan Russell grabbing the mic and saying this on the mic. He says, look, this is the first time I'm actually admitting this in a public setting, but when he was a kid, he actually got MF up and down by one of his youth football coaches, and he was this close to quitting football. And then here was the thing that really touched on my heartstrings and pulled on my heartstrings, is he said he was close to quitting football, and this is a guy who's played 7 years in the National Football League, all right? So when you get people to open up, when you get people to talk and participate and, really believe in something, that's when you know you have a future in the public speaking world. They have a future in whatever field it is you're trying to get into. Really consider that, really think about it as you're going about making your next moves in your business, creating your next strategy, creating your next platform, creating your next tactics, whatever it is you're trying to create. Make sure you take all of that into consideration, because it's very important, and you will save yourself a whole lot of time when you are able to work with or be judged or look at the things from an objective lens to see how are people reacting to the work that I'm very passionate about and things like that, all right? Main website to check out to dive deeper into my work, makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. Speaking of hosting workshops and booking workshops, if you want me to come in and host a workshop for you, it's aswandc.com. Also, if you're interested, if you're a parent or a current high school athlete that's looking for a collegiate program to be a part of, make sure you contact me as well. I have access to resources that can help you with that as well, all right? Like I said, main website though, makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.